this week's video. Today I'm joined with my sister Lorelai, and we are actually doing a blast to the past, and we're gonna do an 80s artifact challenge today, which I will explain to you. So basically, we are going to give ourselves the next 3 hours to go around town, go around our house, and find as many items from the 80s as possible. The challenge is that we want to see who can find the best 80s objects from around town. We're gonna hit up thrift stores, my dad's garage, and some other places to find as many old things as possible. And we might even try to find each other like an 80s outfit or something. I don't know yet. We're gonna figure it out. A huge thank you to Merge Gardens for taking us back to the 80s today and being the sponsor of today's video.
Merge Gardens is a free mobile game that weaves together elements of fantasy, mystery, and nostalgia, creating a captivating and charming narrative filled with surprises, challenges, and the enduring magic of the garden. Its latest 1980s inspired episode is what's blasting us to the past in today's video.
Before we can start today's challenge, we need to get into our 80s apparel, and obviously we don't have clothes from the 80s, but we're gonna do our best to look the part, so let's go get ready. Ready? We gotta jump at the same time. 3, 2, 1. These are the fits. We tried our best. Normally we'd be cruising around in the Tesla, but today we got a different plan. Since this is kind of newer, instead we're hijacking my dad's vintage car. The 1971 Chevy Nova. Sorry, Dad. You heard me right. Yes, it's from 1971, but considering that our mom drove it around in the 90s, we're safe to assume that this was driven in the 80s, so it's gonna work for the challenge. And consider this our first artifact. She's got that Back to the Future hat going on, and I think she wear that the rest of the video.
Isn't this technically the future though?
Oh, is it the future?
This is supposed to be like 2015.
Oh, we're living in the future.
Like that scene in Ferris Bueller's Day Off where they take his dad's red car. The difference is that dad doesn't mind that we drive it.
Okay, y'all, we're in the car. Lorelai's in her 80s garb, and I'm gonna show you how I rigged this thing up this summer. So yes, this car is old, and the radio only has like FM, AM, and it's not very good. So this summer I bought this speaker, and it fits perfectly up on the dash right here. So we put it up here, and it's basically like radio with Bluetooth, and it sounds amazing. First stop on this artifact hunt is going to be Goodwill. We are going to Goodwill in search of 80s items. So not clothing, but like maybe a headphone set, kind of like the one that the guy has in the Merge Gardens episode. What else? I don't even know much about the 80s. Maybe a Polaroid camera. I don't know what Goodwill will have, but that's our first stop, so we're gonna go check it out. This car is very temperamental. It takes a lot to get it going. Okay. Henry? It has a bad habit of stalling out, but I think we're ready to roll. And the looks you get in this car is amazing. Every man is gonna look at you driving this thing. And we are off. This is Mike from Merge Gardens, and as you can see, he is the living embodiment of the 1980s with that spirit, style, and nostalgia, and he is our ultimate inspiration for what we want to find today. Okay, we're at our first destination. We're at Goodwill, and we're on the hunt for stuff. And I don't know how much we're gonna film in here, but let's do it. Okay, we can't really tell when this is from, but it's kind of giving 80s. Lorelai's gonna try it on for us. No. You're so funny. With those leggings. Look at this shirt, you guys. Lorelai's new favorite top. Okay guys, Goodwill didn't have a lot. We searched for about an hour, and this is the two things we found. A VHS tape of Mary Poppins. They had like 50 of these in there of all the Disney movies. So we've got that, and then we've got this amazing shirt that is so 80s coded. In fact, the lady at the register, she said, you know what this reminds me of? Saved by the Bell. And I told that to my sister while we were waiting in line. So I'm gonna change into this. I don't know if Goodwill like washes the clothes before they put them out, but for the sake of the video and to have fun, I'm gonna change into it anyway, and I'll just shower afterwards. And so now we're on to our second location, another local thrift shop, and we're gonna see what we can find there. Best American Girl movie. We also got an American Girl movie because this is the best one. Okay, you guys, I switched into the shirt, and we're gonna start driving.
The guy is staring at you.
I don't know. Lorelai just let me know that I look like I'm from Stranger Things, and 11 does wear a shirt like this in season 3, I think. We are at location 2, and we're gonna go in and see what we can find. This place usually has some great like 80s, like those neon jackets, because you know, they wore like such bright colors back then, as you can tell from my shirt. So we're gonna go in. I don't know how much we'll film again. I don't like filming in places, and we're gonna see if we can find anything and who can find the best stuff. Oh yeah, look at all of these.
This jacket I found has the same exact color combination as Mike's outfit before he was turned into a topiary. But don't worry, Daisy did find him, and with his help, she's going to dive deeper into the mysteries of the garden's magic.
We've got really good stuff. That place was a gold mine of stuff. I would have spent more, but I didn't want to spend more than $20. So for $20, we got 4 things on our hunt, including this drippy jacket. Lorelai's gonna wear that to school tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And then I will show you what we got later, but we got cassette cleaner, this record of some workout thing, and we got this book.
Okay, it's time for a little debrief on today's haul from our artifact scavenger hunt. Unfortunately, my sister had something to do, so I had to drop her off, but you've got me, and I'm gonna show you what we found on our hunt today. I'm gonna tell you what she found, what I found, and we'll start with our Goodwill trip. First thing we found at Goodwill was this VCR. I'm the one that found it. Mary Poppins is one of my favorite Disney movies, and look, Goodwill had like 50 different Disney movies on VCR, and my sister and I are children of the 2000s, so I'm not gonna pretend that I know how one of these works, but my mom said that they got their VCR in like 86 or 87 or something like that, so I knew that this was a big win for us, and it looks pretty cool. I wish I had a VCR to kind of figure out how that works, but unfortunately I do not. The next thing we found at Goodwill was this shirt. My sister found it, and like I told you, I kind of told her, I was like, oh, it looks like Saved by the Bell. And then we were at the Goodwill checkout, and the lady says, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the show Saved by the Bell. And I said, that's what I said. It told us that we were on the right track for our scavenger hunt, because she got the 80s vibe right away. And then we moved on to a different store, and it was a gold mine for 80s artifacts. And the very first thing we found, my sister found this, is this jacket. In her words, it's drippy. Here it is. I'll try it on for you. It says it was made in Winnipeg, and it's actually really comfy. I was thinking about donating it after this video, but I might keep it because it's kind of cute. I actually really like it. I love the colors. I love how everything was so bright back then. All the colors were bright. I'm just such a colorful person, so I really appreciate this, and it's great. The next thing that we found, Lorelai also found this, is a cassette head cleaner. Again, we are from the 2000s, so do I know how to use this? No. I didn't even know that cassettes needed cleaning, but apparently you pop this in your cassette to clean it, and the back of it says this was made in 1987. So this is authentic. I love the packaging. I love like the rainbow on here. And yeah, the next 2 things I found in the book section, I saw the spine of this and it just looked vintage, so I pulled it out, and it is from 1986 is when it was printed. So shout out to Dr. Lawrence J. Peter for the Peter Pyramid. I don't know what it's about, but it's from 1986. And then the final thing that I found was this vinyl record from 1981. It's a workout by Linda Frattiani. She was a 1980 silver medalist for figure skating. So that was my haul. We had the best time jumping back into the 80s today. My sister called it a blast to the past. So thank you so much to Merch Gardens for inspiring and sponsoring this video and taking us back to the 1980s to celebrate and hunt for artifacts. Don't forget to download Merge Gardens. The QR code on the screen will take you to that download link, and you will 100% not regret it. It's such a fun game, and if you want to get into that 80s spirit like Lorelai and I did today, then you need to go download it. So thank you again, Merge Gardens, for sponsoring this video and bringing Lorelai and I the 1980s spirit as 2000s children. I hope you guys loved this video, and I hope you guys enjoy playing Merge Gardens, and I will see you next week.